Hello, and welcome to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three errant arrows that were here last week. In the bottom left, we have Asher Ford, Human Ranger, played by Char.
Hi, I have to slightly rename my bow, but I am not making the name shorter. It is, in fact, getting longer.
No!
It only affects me.
Alright.
Yay!
In the bottom middle, we have Greshy Ironroot, Dwarven Druid, played by Will.
I'm just wearing my normal shades tonight, no big deal.
And in the bottom right, we have Gunn, Shough, Human Champion of Arastal, played by Adam.
Arastal!
Alright.
Been a while.
And so last time on Third Action, our group of intrepid adventurers, where did we actually start that episode?
You were still looking at the books?
Yeah, you were still looking at the books in the library of one of Rexaris, the Rune Warden of Pride. And having read through his notes and thought about things some more, you found the pride component that you needed, and combined with the lust components, you figured that it might be time to try creating a rune-forged weapon of your own. With the notes in hand, you returned to the rune-forged pool at the center of the forge and crafted, or enchanted, Asher's bow, which he has given the name Viere, after his long-lost... Well, do you say long-lost if you know they're dead? His long-dead mother.
Definitely
long departed?
Definitely dead. Long departed. There we go. I like that.
Dearly departed.
Dearly departed. And as a... seemingly as a reaction to the weapon being created, the Karzug statue in the Runeforge flared to life and began attacking our heroes. They were able to, with some effort, put down the statue, though it taunted them in Karzug's voice. Seemingly, Karzug is aware that you are trying to craft weapons to destroy him, and thinks little of it, but also he was being very dismissive of you, but also attacked you, so you could make of that what you will. So as the statue hits the ground and crumples, we rejoin our heroes in the center of the forge. So let's go ahead and switch y'all over to Runeforge again.
There we are.
Okay. What would you guys like to do?
That was unpleasant.
Yeah. We had been planning, I think, to do a weapon for Gunn next. But looking around the room and seeing there's one statue is gone and there's 6 more statues in the room, and looking at the pool, Gunn is sort of rethinking this. So I'll say maybe rather than make another weapon the same, we should wait and look for another combination which will serve us well. Since Karzug is only the first Rune Lord to be resurrected, the others are still coming.
Are they?
That's what it said in the notes.
Well, sure, but they didn't know who was coming in the first place until they found out it was Karzug. They can believe all they want, they've barely had any contact with anyone outside. In the meantime, I'm pulling my bandages out to start trying to fix up Asher, who's taken quite a lot of damage very quickly.
Yay! I got whacked.
Oh,
Sorry, I muted myself. But Asher did take a lot of hits from that giant metal glaive. So yeah, you can start bandaging him up.
Yeah. While we're talking, I'm working, so it'll take me 10 minutes or so.
Okay, yeah, you guys can keep talking.
Asher can get 42 hit points back from me, and then I'll rest for the 10 minutes while Greshy is working.
I mean, if you think they're coming back, I suppose we can try to prepare for him or something, but Arzu's the only one I know of, and he's obviously... And Greshy just looks down at Asher and...
He's not the only one I know of, though. The one who's setting us up to take down Karzug, isn't it this guy? Looking at the statue of Xander Ghoul, I think it was, right here.
Yeah, that you're standing underneath. You look up at Xander
Is it
Ghoul's
him, though?
features, and his face is kind of
His,
looking up above to the sky.
His
His-
objective here. That was our theory, wasn't it? That he's
Definitely
he's
my
behind the
theory.
peacock.
Yeah. I guess
And
it's
the
never
quill.
been directly confirmed. He won't answer
It hasn't
his
been
name.
confirmed, but we sort of tried to get him to.
It's complicated to say, especially if you look at the Raxaris situation. It could be some sort of copy of himself. May not be fully whatever it was. It could be some part of him that imbues the quill with knowledge or power or some... I don't know.
Seems to me he's quite happy to have us get rid of his rival
Sure.
so that he can then return unopposed.
Well, then, did you want to go down into Sloth, or...
For the time being, I just think maybe we shouldn't. I mean, we also heard from the notes that we only have enough juice in this pool to make about 6 items. 6 items to face 7 Runelords.
I mean, you're assuming that they all survived. I'm still not certain. We know Karzug did, but nobody else has come up yet.
Here's what I suggest. If we go down to the Halls of Wrath, we can find potentially 3 things there. First, we might be able to find totems to make weapons using Wrath and Pride together, or their opposites. Second, we may find the missing Wardens of Envy and find totems to make weapons using Envy and Lust, or their opposites. Third, per the notes, Wrath may have a device which would allow us to exit, and then we wouldn't have to deal with Delvaheen to try to get the tuning fork. Any of those could further our cause.
Greshy tightens a bandage on Asher's arm. And what do you
Plus,
think,
we already
bud?
prepared for it.
Ooh. So we have enough. What is our plan for defeating the large statue? Which has very big arrows that have mostly hit me in the face.
We could make you invisible, and we could use acid on it. Actually, we can't make you invisible
how much
for
is
very
your
long, but
guys' range, I guess? Or are we just trying to get close for the most part?
I've got decent range to do some things, but ideally within 30 feet. But I can probably cast some stuff at 120 or so.
I could
Most of the room.
I could turn invisible and fly over to it to get in range before we start, hopefully before it detects us.
I like that idea. Yeah, otherwise I have some acid on my person today, which is good.
I don't have anything acidic or electric to use on, unless Greshy has any electric spells he would want.
Well, I
to go
have
there.
this wand, but unfortunately it's not working at the moment. Hopefully we'll be coming up here soon, maybe? Hard to tell what time it is. How long it's really been. We'll find out. In the meantime, I do have some electricity and some acid, so can do some damage, but I'd also like to not get hit by one of those giant arrow things. Those that hurt a lot. Speaking of which, I'm gonna roll medicine check. Master is DC 30.
Yes.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go for that. And that is a 42.
42 is a critical success on Master, so 4d8 plus 30.
Woo. Asher takes back 48 hit points.
Plus another 42 from Gunn that I don't think I've counted yet.
Put it in
Did it?
unless it did update.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
it was
did,
really low.
Sorry, it didn't
Yeah.
update on the overlay here.
Oh, the overlays
Kidding.
lagging a bit. That's
Sometimes
fine.
I have to actually like click on the
Kickstart
window
it.
that I have the
Force it to refresh somehow.
yeah. Okay, I think it's updated.
Well, that's got you looking a bit more sprightly. But
I can repeat that for another 10 minutes at least.
Oh.
I mean, if we wait a little longer.
sure.
Okay.
20
so
away
you-
from full HP.
Okay, so touch.
Oh, 20
Asher
away from
again,
full HP. I think he's
and then
fine.
we can continue to wait a little bit. But yeah, I propose that we go down towards the Halls of Wrath. We need to find an exit here, one way or another. Perhaps we can negotiate with the Wrath folk, although granted that might be unlikely.
The angriest.
The angriest group in the
beings.
Runeforge.
Somehow we don't think they're going to be much for talking,
But,
but we can
of
try.
all of the people I think we could speak to, the Halls of
Mhm.
Wrath would surprise me the most.
Apologies, I did not prepare calm emotions today, so not much I can do for them. How depleted is the pool after we've made the bow now? Is it noticeably so? Does it look dramatically
yeah,
different?
it is noticeably lower, yeah.
Okay.
You didn't like take a measurement or anything though, so it's unclear exactly how much of this stuff remains and how many more weapons you could create. Presumably at least one more, but
Did we happen to see anything in the notes about of recharging this rune forge here? Seems surprising to me that this is all that they would have made over thousands of years.
Well, I think
might
we
have been.
already discussed that, right? The method to
It would just be a matter of
recharge-
timing.
Well, the method to recharge the rune forge seems to be something that the Runelords themselves had access to. That they provided energy to the rune forge to fill the rune forge pool, and the houses, if you will, of the rune forge were able to do with it as they will. But the notes seem to indicate that since the Runelords all disappeared and Thassalon ended, they've just been making do with what they've got in the pool currently. So it has not been refilled in the 5,000-ish years.
But it did Oh, I see. But it did reactivate recently. note
No,
said.
it's always
That's how
been
they knew
active.
the Runelords were. They said that the Runelords were coming back. They could tell because the Runeforge pool reactivated.
Oh, yes, I see what you're saying. Yes, correct. Some other
presume
magical
that it went-
aspect of it reactivated, but the energy was always there.
I see. It went.
So they can
somehow
tell that a
dormant,
Rune Lord has reappeared. It's regaining some small amount of energy,
I
but
see. I see.
in the past it took all 7 to do something.
Hmm.
It was part of the pact to make this place
Okay.
as like a separate.
Okay. Because my first thought My first thought
Neutral
was
zone.
that the fact that it would have 6 might be intentional. Like Xander Ghoul gave just enough energy to take out everyone else.
No, it wasn't. The Runeforged pool isn't specifically designed to create Runeforged weapons. It's designed to be used as like a magical conduit for all spellcasting. And some of it they use for enchanting stuff. Others they use for like casting big spells, doing huge divinations, that sort of thing.
It did say that It did say something like that.
But the Runeforged weapon process specifically actually uses up a lot of the energy, like more than it would normally for crafting.
I see.
So it's a very big expenditure. The guesstimate of half a dozen on Fraxeris's part was, his estimation of how many of these big bursts of power he could cause to happen before it would probably be too low to trigger that again. But nobody's ever actually made any Runeforged weapons as far as you know, or as far as has been written in Fraxeris's notes. He's never actually done it, because it requires a lot of cooperation.
And the first one goes to Asher.
Yay, we cooperated by killing half of them.
So I am open to alternate proposals. But that's where my vote is currently.
Yeah, I think our best bet is to make the weapons and see if we can find a way out of here at some point. So, Wrath and Lust later. If we can't find anything in Wrath, sounds great to me.
All right. So, do we want to start with Wrath then, or if you really think the making a whatever different spectral weapon is better, then we'll do that. I'm not super worried about making you have a certain kind of weapon. So,
feels more correct to me, both tactically and personally.
All right. Well, if you're all feeling pretty well, then shall we?
Let's do it.
Mount up and we'll be off.
To the Wrathly Halls. Whoops.
Okay.
We can't
so,
go in all over the place.
You guys collect yourselves and your things, and make your way over towards the Halls of Wrath. Once more. Let's see. So, Halls of Wrath. I was just holding that piece of paper. Where are my notes?
There's a giant golem that's going to kick our asses again.
Yay!
Yes, I know that.
But hopefully only a little bit.
At least it doesn't stomp after us. Like somebody we know. I'm a magnet for statues.
So, like, wait, I guess most statues aren't made out of metal. So, I was gonna say it's like a magnet.
I mean, it's
period.
A magnet
guess,
for stone.
But yeah.
A planet.
A stone magnet.
Like a stone magnet.
Sorry, I've forgotten where I put. There we go. So Asher in the Halls of Wrath. Yes, Asher in the Halls of Wrath. You get the -2. You feel not great. Oh, actually, do you feel not great?
Was I not neutral? I don't actually remember.
I think I messed it up the last time you went in, and we discussed it afterwards.
Okay.
I guess it. I think I decided, and then I forgot what I've decided. But actually, it actually would have changed by now. Yes, you are neutral. Asher is neutral in the Halls of Wrath. Greshy is positive, and Gunn is also positive. So Gunn and Greshy, you both get the +1s while doing stuff in the Halls of Wrath. Asher, you're net neutral. Even if you did feel bad before, for whatever reason, you feel fine now.
Hooray.
As the three of you...
You're proper pissed now. Good.
Phelan,
I'm
make
a little
your way...
grumpy, but not super
towards
mad.
this. Okay. Let me double check the map to make sure it's okay. Alright. So, Rock is still put away. Phelan is writing that. Got you. Okay. Let me move you guys to the Halls of Wrath. Somewhere along the side. There you go.
Oh dear, there we are.
Who made the check and learned and knows about iron golems
That was Asher.
last time?
That was Asher.
Asher,
yes.
do you think that this other sword would work better than the sword that I've been using, this cold iron one that's made from this very special metal?
Cold iron adamantium?
No.
Because that's what it doesn't like. So
Okay.
I don't know if that would be significantly better now.
Okay.
Looks like acid harms, electric slows, immune to magic, adamantium resists everything else, and loves fire. It loves it. Heals.
So no fire. Definitely no fire.
Fire.
Well, except for Asher, who
So I'm
can't
gonna
help
have
it.
a hard time shooting. Yeah.
Are you? Is it possible to just turn a rune off on purpose?
Yes, I think you can. I'm fairly
Does it take
certain you
an
can just-
amount of time?
I think it's just an action to deactivate the rune.
I should
For
probably
like
deactivate
elemental runes.
Yeah,
maybe
it
Asher
would just
can
be the
turn
fire one.
the fire rune off so that it doesn't.
That's a great idea.
Let's see. Yeah, let me check, but I think it's the case that you can just turn them off. That used to be the case. I'll say sure. we'll call it
Flip the off switch.
Yeah, because I can't find it right now. Let's say it takes a minute to turn it off.
If we change our minds later, I'll promise to pretend that we never did it in the first place.
No, I think it should be fine. Like literally, this was a thing that you used to be able to do. Was like the flaming rune used to be a thing that you shout the code word, it comes on, and then. But I think they've like simplified that under the assumption that you wouldn't want to turn it off. I don't know. Yeah, I'll say that. No, we'll just do one action is turn on or off a property rune. That's fine for now.
Do I have to do it every
Okay.
time I shoot?
No. Once it's just it's a toggle switch on or off. So once you turn it off, you have to remember to tell me that you've turned it back on when you turn it on.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys can all do
I
that
don't know if
before
I'll
battle
do-
if you wish.
I don't think I will do much better with my arrows. I can shoot some acid, but yeah, I guess everything else is 0 except for the acid I'd put on. So I will turn off my flame though, since I'm certainly not going to be using it for this battle.
Well, if we can keep it in place, I've got something that'll do decent acid damage. I just don't know if it moves.
I'll try to keep it in place. I can activate my invisibility of my cloak and also my wing rune and try to fly across the room without being
So-
detected to start out next to it.
So you guys are not on the map yet. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got you on the map, but you're not there just yet.
Sure. I would actually pause at some point to take a minute to cast Vital Beacon upon myself. Actually get that going before we get started anywhere.
That'd be nice.
So I'm going to infuse myself with regenerative, natural energies that if people want to give me a pat on the back or a hug or something, I'm happy to impart some healing their way. It's the only way I get physical affection some days, so.
Oh no, you can always ask for a hug, Greshy. You need to give me something in return.
Everything in balance. There's got to be trade.
Mm. Is that a dwarf thing? Where you
No,
to give back? Oh, it's just
it's just me.
Ah. Very noble.
Okay, I'm literally just waiting for you guys to tell me what you're doing. So once you're ready, you
Turn
can...
off my rune. For my flame rune. Sorry.
Oh,
Ooh.
A lot of dice, but I think
no idea why I rolled a lot of dice. Anyway,
my preparations will consist. I think I'm going to go ahead and get that other sword out, because it has the option to use two-handed.
Okay,
And,
so you dig around in the bag of holding, pull out the holy bastard sword that you picked up in that cavern in the dragon's hoard. You
I will
feel the
start
weight of
out
it. It feels
using
cold in
that
your
and-
hands, but there's something comforting after you're holding it for a moment. There's like a warmth inside.
That could help too. I doubt this thing has any emotions or spirit to it, but we'll see. We'll find out. Yeah, my plan is to just put the cloak up, put the wings on, and fly straight to it and engage. Does that work for anybody else? Want to do anything
sure.
other than that?
If you want to try and get behind it, perhaps I'm planning to drop a bit of acid in front of it.
I do have my ring of acid resistance.
All right,
My goal is to try and keep it in place if it starts moving. Maybe I can go to a corner or a side.
Yeah, corner might be better if you can get on the far corner. Perhaps it might be out of range of the storm. It's not going to be pleasant, even with your ring.
All right. I will try to keep it from going to the right. I will stay to its right at the start.
Okay. Any thoughts, Asher?
Great. I mean, all I'm really gonna do. This is my acid cantrip on my arrows. That's what I got.
Okay. Then let's do it.
An acid splash.
Oh.
You're going to charge in and do something very reckless.
Let's do it.
I'll go ahead and
Okay,
cast
so-
heroism.
Well, okay. What's the time cast in heroism? So I'm about to start putting you guys in initiative before.
I see.
I guess once you're like near the entrance, we'll go ahead and
Yeah.
roll you initiative, and then we can do further stuff from there. If heroism's a long spell, then that's fine. But
No, it's 2 actions for 10 minutes.
oh, for 10 minutes? Oh, that's fine. You can precast it then. That's long
Yeah, I was going
enough.
to precast that, and then also the invisibility and the wings. They last multiple minutes.
Okay.
Like, before we get into the chamber to where we could see the statue.
Okay, so you are invisible, you said, and you've got your wings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Asher is Asher.
Asher's just Asher. Greshy, you've dismounted Phelan. You're leaving him back, son. Is that what's?
No, sorry. I just couldn't
Oh.
select him if Phelan's on top.
Oh,
For some reason, it doesn't let me select Greshy when Phelan's on top of him. So
it's still showing Phelan as there. I tried to put Phelan below, and here I'll
it's
put.
it's
Phelan.
weird. It shows
Greshy on
Greshy. It does. It shows Greshy on top, but I can't actually select Greshy.
Oh, very weird. Okay.
I have to move Phelan out of the way.
Okay. So you're mounted up on Phelan just in the back. Cool. Let's go ahead
Aye.
and let's get some initiative rolled as you guys approach the entrance. The statue hasn't done anything or seen you guys yet. You're not even in really inside of the statue until once you kind of get through the threshold, that's when you can actually see the statue up on the platform. But yeah, let's go ahead and roll initiative, and then once the statue is an actual combatant, I'll have him roll as well, or her, or they. I guess it's a female statue actually.
So you may have to put.
Okay, I'll wait.
All of the dice. Oh,
Hey,
I got a
Party
36
of
on
Two
mine.
RPG, thank you for the raid. Welcome.
Yeah.
We're just getting ready to roll initiative.
I am reloading my character sheet right now, so
Alright.
it just crashed on me.
Look, roll 20.
Can I roll for you? I know your initiative modifier. I think I do. Aha. Looks like your modifier's at 20.
That sounds correct.
So I shall just roll 1d20 plus 20, unless you want to roll it.
Sure. Just a second.
Combat.
Yeah, I will roll it.
Okay, go ahead.
36.
I don't want to be to blame for...
That's not 36. That's 25. 36 is Greshy's.
Sure, 36.
Okay.
It just jumped me to the bottom of the chat history as well.
So 25 is your initiative. Cool. So that puts Asher's up first with a 46, Rush is with a 36, and then Gunn is with a 25. So, as you guys get close to the entryway, I can't pan that far. Okay, maybe I'll make the map slightly wider so that I can't pan that far.
It's a very large room.
I know. There we go. Ignore the edge of the map there. Alright. Asher, you're up. What do you want to do? You can't see the statue yet,
were you
and
gonna
it
go-
hasn't done anything, but go ahead.
Gunn, did you want to go engage first? Do you want me to start shooting it as a distraction?
No, wait for me to
Okay.
appear.
I will wait then until Gunn does things.
Okay.
But I will have my bow ready.
Okay, you have your bow out ready. We'll say that you're delaying, so if you want to jump in after Gunn's turn, you can, though that will drop your initiative. If you want to just wait until the end of the round and start your next turn, you can do that too.
Yeah, it's fine.
Greshy.
I will wait till the start of the next round.
Okay.
I will not be doing anything this round.
Alright, Gunn.
Okay, I think I can't see right now, but I think my fly speed is 30. So I will move up like 10 feet and then try to move 3 actions into the room to get to about halfway there.
Okay, you just kind of fly into the room. Invisible, hopefully unnoticed. You're not flying stealth. You're not doing stealth. You're just flying, just invisible.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I guess that is your turn. Sorry, I'm just trying to find. Where'd it go? Lost the golem. Okay. So you glide into the room. The golem doesn't seem to react. You can see it up on the pedestal. It is just standing there with its massive bow It is atop a large dragon. I think I described before. The whole statue is just kind of stationary. Clearly has like metallic sheen to it. Top of the round, Asher, you felt the breeze as Gunn flew past, but nothing's happened yet. He hasn't done anything as of yet.
I continue to wait until Gunn appears.
Okay. Greshy?
To be clear, we can see into the room, but until we're past the entryway, we can't see the statue.
Correct. Yeah.
Is that
It's
correct?
on top of this. Yeah, it's on top of this tall pillar, and just the way the ceiling.
It's so
works
high
in the
up to just the
hallway-
room.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I gotcha. So I
Yeah,
can
the
see.
hallway-
In
go ahead.
theory, I could see Gunn. I just don't see him yet. In which case, I will wait another round until I see
Okay.
him.
All right. Yeah, the ceiling in the hallway.
Actually, I will
is
move
much lower than the
forward a
ceiling in the
bit.
chamber. Okay.
I will use an action to have Phelan move forward a bit, but we are not moving past Asher at this point.
All right. Gunn.
Okay. With 2 more actions to fly, I should be able to get to about here.
Are you flying up kind of diagonally up
That
towards
was-
it?
Not really.
Okay, you're just flying horizontally across the
moment.
ground.
But I guess I'd like to go about up to where I'm level. So the statue is how tall and on a tall pillar?
The statue itself is a good 15, actually 20 feet tall total. The room itself is something like 60 feet, I think, and the pillar it's on is 35 feet.
I see.
That might have changed since I last did that, but that's what I'm going with right now.
Okay. Then I am going to need to fly up, especially on this round. I'll use my third action going up and diagonal, so I should be able to make about half speed as you go up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So 15?
I should be able to rise 15. So I'll need one more round to fly up to where the statue is.
Okay. What's the duration
that,
of your
so-
flight?
5 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna hope this combat does not last 5 minutes. Asher.
Same.
Nothing's happened yet. You're just
Yep,
waiting
I'm
silently.
still waiting.
Okay, same thing
I'm
for
waiting,
Greshy.
waiting it out.
I whispered to Asher, we are waiting for Gunn, right? He did actually go out there.
Yeah.
I can never tell. He just
felt
goes invisible.
him
He did?
Fly past, yeah, he went.
Did he at least
that
say
way.
hi or
I'll
something, or did he just vanish like that?
Yeah, he just went off. He said wait until he appears. And I'm using my superior ranger sense to figure
Alright.
out when that will be.
Well, I'll trust your ranger sense and Phelan's nose, and we'll see what we find.
I sure hope we do a good job.
All right, I spent my turn talking to Asher.
Okay.
Gunn, where you at?
Um,
Okay. On this round, flying an additional 30 feet up should put me essentially 45 feet, so about halfway up the statue.
okay. As soon as you
And right
as
in
soon as
front
you
of
get up to its level, the tail of the dragon whips out towards you, and will make a strike.
The statue is a dragon.
The bottom
statue's
half
on
of
a
the
dragon.
statue is a dragon. The whole statue is,
Okay.
is a female archer on top of a dragon.
Ah,
But yes, the bottom half of the statue turns and whips its tail towards you to strike, and that is going to be this roll. A 47 to hit your AC.
is not quite a crit, thankfully.
Okay.
Certainly hit.
Just a regular hit. That is
Mhm.
34 points of bludgeoning damage. as to your surprise, the statues seem to be ready and waiting for you to get up that high, and seem to have a ready to action prepared.
Then my third action will be to strike at it with this holy bastard sword.
All right, you can go ahead and try and strike at the statue.
I'm trying to punch it in, but it's not quite. So I'm going to use the strike from my regular sword, but then I'll roll damage on the other sword because I've got that.
Okay, that's fine.
Working.
Should be effectively
36.
36 to hit the statue will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Using with 2 hands, that's 30 slashing and 3 good damage.
Okay, 30 slashing, 3 good on the statue. The good damage does not seem to affect it, but the slashing damage does connect if fairly reduced. Sorry, try that. There we go. Okay, yeah, you do your slash seems to do about half as much damage as you would expect. It doesn't make quite the cut into the surface of the. In this case, you managed to strike the dragon's neck.
Would you? Well, I guess it's probably going to be immune to fear effects anyway, so there's no point trying to do a battle cry. I'll do it for flavor, though. I'll do my battle cry now.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you let out a battle cry. It is not affected, but you can roll it if you want.
Yay! Nah.
Okay.
Statue somehow arches an eyebrow at you.
In this case, it is. All right. Top of the round, Asher. It's your turn.
Well, it seems like Gunn going in, so let's do it. Unfortunately, I have to move this turn. Whee!
So it's Asher with a 42. The iron statue or golem seems to have a 38. Greshy's with a 36. Gunn is the 25.
Actually, I haven't done this yet, and this would actually be a great use of my turn. I will cast Long Strider level 2 on myself.
I did not quite have the damage. That should have been add 3 for greater weapon spec. I think.
Okay,
Or
I'll add 3 in
weapon
there.
33.
Sorry, you long stridered yourself?
Yep, and that's 2 actions, and then I'm going to move into the room. It's an iffy square area, but right about there.
Okay, so you round the corner and kind of dart inside, casting Long Strider on yourself to give yourself a little bit of extra speed. Right, I should
For
say
8 hours.
Woo!
Okay. It is the golem's turn. Seeing Gunn get this close, it seemed to know exactly where you were despite you being invisible. The dragon's face will turn towards you and breathe out some kind of gas from within its throat. Go ahead and give me a. Let's see. I think this is a fortitude save, please.
Funny story. I have a feat that protects me against gas attacks. Breath control. +1 circumstance to saving throws against inhaled threats. If that's what this
Okay.
is.
Yep, have that bonus to this. And this is a poison, so you get other bonuses as well, if there was poison bonuses. That
Oh yeah, probably some other stuff. I'll take a look. But fort for starters is already 44.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. So it breathes out this gas, and you immediately, like, gut reaction, like, close your mouth, like, stop your breathing long enough for the gas to kind of pass through. The gas is still there and present, so it's actually...
it hangs out?
Yeah, it still hangs out near you. Let's see.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay. I see. Sorry, I'm trying to draw the circle. 5, 10. Yeah. Okay. Something like that. This area over here is affected by the poison gas as where it's chilling out. Sorry, I should actually draw that as squares, probably. Make more sense. Oh, I see. Sorry,
I think we can just...
I think it's actually
any square
there.
that's touched. Oh, there? Okay.
Yeah, I think it does overlap with it. Circle originating from the corner. Centered on one of the corners. Yes. Okay. There we go. Yeah. So that is the burst, and then it will. The golem itself, the archer on its back will pull arrow tight, turn hip turn towards Asher, who it sees in the back, and will make a
Oh boy.
from there. Let's have it. Okay. I can just do it like this. 46 to hit Asher.
36. I'm pretty sure that's
Sounds like
that
a
is
crit.
a crit.
That's a crit?
It
Okay.
loves to crit me.
It does love to go after you and crit you, even though you're
It
not even...
loves it. I've
Asher.
done nothing to this. It's very
Asher is back
wrathful.
there. Hold on. Let me check the range.
I've appeared and it doesn't like it.
That might actually be outside of range. What is longbow range?
She doesn't need to take the penalty.
Longbow range is
I
100.
can't imagine that makes a difference for Asher's AC.
Possibly not. Yeah, so it'd actually be -2 from that. Would I say
The
46?
44?
Yeah, so 44. Is 44 still a
Yeah,
crit?
it's still a crit.
That's what I thought.
Cool.
It's still a crit. It's a crit. 43 and above would be a crit.
Oh.
Okay, that is
Okay,
All my
your armor runes.
gone.
Armor runes are still gone.
52
Hashtag all your
points of
runes.
fire damage.
Oh,
that connects.
fire.
As the arrow bursts into flame as it flies across the room. What once was steel, became this burst or gout of flame, and that is the golem's turn.
Interesting.
Greshy.
I'm going to spend one action to give Phelan 2 actions, and he's going to start charging into the room. Because let's give this thing, more targets. Why not? He can move 100 feet.
Doesn't get more actions.
So we'll charge in, and once we get inside, Greshy's going to raise his hands to the sky and start to conjure clouds, greenish tinted clouds above where the statue is, and cast Acid Storm. And it will
Okay.
be centered on, this point.
And what's
So 20 foot. Unfortunately, we'll be hitting Gunn where he's at, but
Sorry, my
20-foot radius burst.
circle. There we go. 20-foot radius.
given that there's this cloud of gas here, I kind of wanted to move
That's a lot of radius. Hold on.
anyway.
Whoop.
I should be going
But
about that far out. That far out.
I thought
I
we
was assuming you said you were going that way.
I thought
so
we
I
were
was setting up over
specifically
here.
Yeah. Can you move it any farther to not hit me?
Okay.
The statue's pretty big.
First.
I mean, sure, okay. I guess I'll move it one square further
you can,
south. Then
so you can
here,
see
maybe?
where Gunn is currently. He's not invisible anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He's not invisible, so yeah, I'll just right there is perfect. We'll set it right south of him. So,
Okay.
you said you were going to go over that direction,
Yeah.
so
Okay. So you.
and it will have to make that reflex save on its turn next round.
Okay, so that affects it on its turn. Okay, you conjure up a storm of acid that's sort of splashing around in the area. And you can see already it's starting to cause like little magical sparks as it connects with the golem's body. Okay, is that your turn? Looks like you moved in and
That is my turn.
Gun.
Okay. If I fly up, can I get out of this poison cloud?
You'd have to move higher than 10 feet.
Okay, I will
So
move.
if you used
I
all
can
of your
move
movement to
15
go
feet
straight up.
to get.
Yeah. You basically go up to the
All right,
roof.
and I'll still be within reach. I'll still be within reach of the statue at that point, though, right? Because it's
Correct.
very tall.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go up as high as I can above the cloud of vapor here. My first move.
Okay. Yeah, you just
And
Wings
so
flap,
now I'm
you
kind of
fly
like
straight
face
up.
to face with the statue. And being face to face with it, I will try to get its attention to say, "No, fight me!" And I'll swing the sword at it.
okay. The archer's eyeless face
so-
just kind of turns towards you.
I think, oh, there we go. Sorry. So there's the attack roll with the vegetable. Oh, 47.
Ooh.
48, 49. Sorry, 48 because of the
Wrath.
wrath area.
Okay. I believe that is a critical. Yes, that is a crit. Go roll double.
Double damage. We have
Ooh.
28 and 33 is
53
60, 61.
or 61. Sorry.
Points of slashing damage.
Add the
And
plus
no
2 from the or plus 1 and plus 1 from your buff
No.
in the area from wrath. So 63 total. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, yeah, you fly up and just filled with like anger that it managed to see you. You shout, "Fight me!" and you swing right towards the
No, I'm-
statues. What?
I'm actually feeling very protective of Asher. Like I did this
Yeah.
whole plan so that it would come after me and not Asher, and then it's just
It
shooting past me,
loves shooting at me.
and I hear
Okay.
like
Yeah,
the
well,
gurgles and
all right, yeah, feeling protective of Asher, yet still with that tinge of something
Sure.
that you wouldn't normally feel, some frustration, some hatred for this stupid iron face leads you to swing just a little bit harder and get that crit. And yeah, that was we said 63 points of damage minus its resistance for that much. Okay, yeah, you managed to cut off, not off. You managed to actually dive in and cut off one of the like human part of the statue's legs. The leg kind of just goes tumbling down off of the platform. The riders seems to be just like fully part of the statue, like they're not actually two separate things.
okay.
But for effect, yeah, you managed to cut off its
I will go
leg
for
as you
another
do
strike here.
this. Okay, go for another strike.
Attack 2. Oh, natural 1. Nothing doing there.
That's fair.
Okay, your mind, something hits you, a tinge of pride still. That effect from before is still altering you, so for, I guess that was the last attack of your turn, but if you had made 4 attacks, you would take that.
Yeah, that's the end.
Okay, top of the round, Asher.
No, that's it for me.
And it's gonna be pretty easy and either effective or terrible for the
do
next
it.
good while. So, unlike the statue, I can shoot far. I have far shot, and I'm gonna aim kind of away from Gunn because this is splashy if it hits. I'm gonna do my little Eldritch Archer attack.
Okay,
Take
so
up
pulling
every
in your
single move I have.
primal energies into the bow, you fire a shot at the corner of the statue to try and keep it away from Gunn.
Actually, I'm
Keep
gonna
the
use
blaster.
9 points for this because I'm scared.
All right, you use your
Here
9
they come.
points.
Whee! Oh, it's pretty good. A 48 because I don't have any negatives or positives.
A 48 is a crit. Go ahead and roll double.
All right.
Oh boy, I guess like some of this doesn't really matter too much. I'm not using my.
Yeah, if it's a spell that's getting doubled, that'll be managed by the Golem anti-magic. So just
I'll just do my base damages.
okay.
You'll love watching Asher
Which
crit
we-
things.
Aren't going to count. Oh no! So I put this in, so all the damage is correct here. I took out the flame already.
Okay.
And I need
so
my
we got-
acid splash.
Piercing, 17 piercing, and you
Crit with Acid Splash causes persistent damage, doesn't it?
It does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this is. We only care about the damage.
Okay. Okay, so that looks like 32 base damage from the piercing, which will be reduced by some amount, as it's hard
Oh,
to
but if
pierce
it's
things
negating
high.
the, that's right. These things tend to not actually take damage from the thing they're weak to, but negate it and then take some substitution effect.
Yes, so the acid, so if you've put acid splash into the shot. So the shot fires, the arrow pierces its thick metallic hide. You actually hit the dragon and the dragon part of the statue in the neck. A burst of acid explodes from it, and rather than triggering the spell's effect, it gets a different effect. The 2d10 is deadly. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just had
Okay.
forgotten about it.
Okay. And it was not hunted yet, so that bonus is not here. Okay.
Nope.
Alright. And we roll it. You did an acid attack, so the golem starts to spark as the acid hits it. Okay. It takes an additional burst of damage as there's like a massive spark from it. Okay.
And does it? I assume it doesn't take the persistent damage, or
No,
does
it completely ignores the actual
Okay.
effect of your spell. It just causes disruption in the golem's anti-magic field.
works for me.
Okay. Alright, so your pinpoint shot triggers. Then we have the acid splash here. Oh, sorry, not the acid splash.
It is a DC 34 reflex.
Okay.
For it to make?
Reflex save. That is a 28 on its save, so it fails. So as
So it
as
takes
the acid,
damage.
it's just acid, right?
It's just acid.
Okay. Okay, the acid just like flickers down on it, splashing here and there. Okay, it takes a much smaller amount of damage, but it does the popping is happening. You see bits of the golems, like the runes on the golem, just like kind of fizzling, sparking, giving off like little blasts of energy. It is taking damage, but it seems a little. It doesn't seem to be like reacting immediately.
Okay, good to know. Maybe not taking quite as much for some reason.
So now it's its turn. Suddenly, Gunn, the statue, the dragon part of the statue kicks off of the platform, barreling towards you. And in fact, towards and through you. If you want to stop it, you can try with a fortitude save.
Okay. That was sort of my intention, was to try and keep it here in the acid, so I will do that. I will try to make my fort save, which is a 35.
Okay. That is a failure.
Plus.
Oh,
Okay.
35 plus.
No, I was going
the
to
one.
say plus the thing that bumps it if it's a success.
Oh, I see.
But it's not a success, so.
No. Okay, so 35 is a failure. So you take 24 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And are knocked out of the way as this thing just fully barrels through you. So it's gonna just fully push you out of the way as it continues to. The dragon flies just past you. And overhead, the rider on top kind of twists its body and aims an arrow at Greshy. And will shoot.
All right.
That
That's
is a 44 to hit Greshy.
Does the +1 apply to his AC?
Yes, +1 does apply to your AC.
Then it is not a crit, but it is a hit.
Okay. In this
By
case,
one.
that is 22 points of electricity damage as the shot
interesting.
flies down towards you, bursts into a bolt of electricity. The statue, the top half of the statue then whips towards Asher, draws back another arrow, and I'll use my 9 omen points to make its third action, which in this case is a natural 20 for a 43.
A 43 is exactly a crit.
Okay, so that will be a real crit. For what is that? That is 63 points of cold damage as this one bursts into a streak of frost as the arrow flies towards you. It's actually within range. Okay. That is the Iron Archer's turn. Greshy.
Well, this thing starts to annoy me a bit. It is flying, though, you said. How high above us are we talking? Like 30? Is it 35 feet up still?
Yeah, 35 feet up still. So it
Alright,
just flew horizontally to the plane it was on, effectively.
I mean, I guess we'll spend an action to have Phelan run basically underneath of it. If it is...
A little bit risky, but...
I mean... Yeah, probably a bit. I think Greshy would think better of it on it and have Phelan use the second action to move, maybe not quite directly underneath of it. Yeah, just in case perhaps something happened.
All right.
Don't think I have much I can do to it at this range, though. It's too damn far.
Okay.
Yeah, not happy with my options. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens next.
All right, Gunn.
Otherwise, it'd take me a while to figure something out, so keep going.
How many actions for battle medicine, Greshy?
One, but I need to be next to you.
Put it yourself.
I'm fine.
Mostly fine.
I would not waste battle medicine on that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to fly straight at it. I think it's going to take me 2 actions to get there. Yep. I'm gonna charge at it. And then
Okay.
my third
Fly
action
towards
will
it.
be an attack.
All right, attack away.
We have a 45.
45, I think is... Yes, that is a crit. Roll your damage.
I'm feeling pretty good about this at the moment. 61, 2, 3 again.
All right, 63 points of damage, reduced by an amount. Yeah, you fly towards it, and this time strike the dragon in the tail, lopping off part of it. Oops, did I actually do that right? Okay, there we go. Okay, is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
Chasing this thing around is kind of tough, but
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Asher. If you're talking, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay. I wasn't saying anything. I was just making mouth noises.
Ah.
If I move, I can't really do a whole lot, but
Oh yeah, I think the golem's breath fades. And is the acid cloud still there?
It's persists for a minute,
Okay, cool.
but it just sits there, so. Acid rain just falling on nothing. Jackass.
Sure. I'll hunt prey it just to get that out of the way.
Okay.
Not that it's
You-
hard to see. It's very large.
Yep, but you watch its movements carefully, trying to spot any kind of weakness in its armor.
Going to move. Maybe. Move. And then I can just do some really basic shots. If I can find my weapon. There they are.
Okay, you kind of pace around, back yourself up towards the entrance, training your eye on it, pulling back an arrow.
Do a hunted shot for funsies. Fun and game. We have a 42 and a 23.
Okay, the 42 will hit, the 23 will not. You want to roll damage?
We plus our 2d8, which is not there. And there it is. It's 19 plus 12.
Okay.
31.
51.
Yeah, you managed to find one of the spots where Gunn struck and fire an arrow directly into it, creating a widening crack in its frame. That is... sorry, what was the total? That was 12 plus 19 for the piercing. We reduced that a bit. Okay. It's still flying, but the fissure in its body is like starting to widen, and bits of the statue were crumbling to the ground or falling off of it. Is that the end
That's
of
my
your turn?
entire turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
the statue's turn. The dragon kind of like twists its head towards Gunn, but the archer is very focused on Asher at this point, and is going to
Archer pals.
Be nice if it wanted to come down here and say hello instead, but
let's see, do I still have points? Okay. It'll make its first shot at Asher, which is a 47.
47 is a crit.
okay, so
47 's
goodbye,
okay.
Asher. All right.
Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe I'll still be holding on with a little bit.
That is 55
Still
points
out
of
of,
fire damage.
55, you said?
Yes, 55 points of fire
Okay,
damage
55.
from that shot. And it'll go and take a second one, and I'll use the rest of my points, which is just 1 point. Oh no, I've given myself negative points somehow. I meant to just use 1 point.
Oops.
You can't go into debt for your points, Jason.
1 extra point.
Not how this works.
That's only a 28 to 29 to hit.
No.
The second attack. And then it will... The dragon will like try and bite out towards Gunn. Oh no! It needs to keep flying, so it will use its third action to. It'll use its third action to charge again. So it will try and burst through Gunn's space. Gunn, give me
Does it
a
have-
fortitude save if you want to try and block it, or you can just get out of the way.
Does it have to do that in a straight line?
You're not sure.
I'll get out of the way.
Okay. It passes through you and drops down towards Greshy and Phelan. Do you want to get out of the way?
Yes. Greshy does. Is it? You said fortitude save?
Yeah, it is a fortitude save.
Fuck it. Let's see what happens. So who's doing the save? Is it Greshy or is it Phelan? Or is it both?
It is both. Well, so it would be Greshy first because Greshy's on top. If Greshy wants
All right.
to get out of the way, then and Phelan doesn't, then Greshy would basically be dismounting.
No.
But okay.
Greshy's doing a 32 fortitude save, 33 with the bonus.
33 is not enough to stop it. You will take 26 points of bludgeoning damage as it's pressing through you. And Phelan, if
Okay.
Phelan wants to stop it, he can try the fortitude save as well.
Oh, you daft boy. All right, 30, so I don't think he will take it either. How much?
Phelan
I apologize.
takes-
How much damage was it for Greshy?
Good question. It's
20,
the number and then
I heard
rolled it.
26,
26.
I think.
26. Okay.
26. Okay.
That sounds right. 26 to Greshy, 27 to Phelan. As,
Failing. All right.
as it basically just does like a flying, it just lands in your space and forces you and Phelan to like get out of the way as it lands. Now it is on the ground. Greshy.
Sorry, I tried to olay it into the acid, but
Well, Phelan's going to take a couple of bites at it to start with, since it's decided to come down here and say hello. So we'll start with his first round's attack. A 33 to hit. 35. It's it's flat-footed.
Okay, the 33
If it can
would
be
not have been
flat-footed,
enough.
it is flat-footed.
Yes, it is flat-footed. It's not immune to flat-footed. Correct. So yes, the
Okay.
33 wouldn't have hit, but because it's distracted by Greshy swinging his staff around, that will hit. One will damage.
nice.
All right. That is 31 piercing damage, magical, and 3 electric damage.
Okay, so 31 piercing minus the resistance. We'll do that much. And then 3 electricity, you said?
Aye.
As the electricity connects, it doesn't do damage, but you watch as a wave of the electricity just kind of wraps around the golem's body, and you can see its motion starting to get jerky and erratic. It is slowed.
And now I want to see if I can even accomplish this part. Phelan's going to attempt to pull on its leg, well, its dragon, and see if it can topple it.
Okay. There's no size requirement on that, right?
There is no size requirement.
Okay. I don't think it's...
As long as it's not immune to being knocked prone.
Yeah, the statue... Phelan grabs hold of the neck with his toothy maw and just pulls, and the whole statue goes toppling to the ground. And is kind of the dragon bit is flailing. The archer is still attached, but is also kind of just flailing wildly as the two of them are knocked prone.
Oh, that's fun. And Greshy will spend his last 2 actions just tossing some acid at it, because that'll be fun. 36, 38, 39 to hit it.
39 total will hit. You splash some acid directly at it. I think this is going to kill it no matter what, but I will roll the dice anyway. Yes, so you splash some acid on its convulsing body, and it starts to break apart as at every joint, basically. It starts to, like, it's still sparking. You start to see seams in the material, and as little explosions happen, all the seams start to, like, separate, and the whole thing just kind of falls apart on the floor. And combat is over.
Strange mechanism.
I live.
You do live.
Rush over
I
to
can't
Asher.
be killed. Ow.
Asher, can we not try that again?
It's like the 5th time I've
Come on,
gotten so close to death.
What the hell happened there?
I mean, I did get hit with a lot of really large arrows.
No, I didn't attack Gunn for some reason. What the fuck?
Perhaps it
did
had a
never
minimum.
get him?
I mean,
It did. It attacked
bothered-
him at the start.
Oh,
It attacked him a bit, but the moment you came in, Asher, it was all over you.
loves man. Archers just they love shooting at things that are really far away. Couldn't
Yes.
resist my tiny body over here.
Well, get on over here. Let me start seeing if I can fix you up a bit. Get some poultices out and see if
You'll
these
have to,
herbs are any good still.
Out
You have
of
to hop down
character,
off of...
I was going to laugh.
Oh, why?
Oh, sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was going to laugh because originally Will was like 20 hit points. We don't need that, and I'm like, if I die by like only 20 hit points, I'm gonna haunt Will forever.
No, it was specifically Greshy was down only 20 hit points, so that's where it was like. We don't want to waste battle medicine on only 20 for Greshy, but
I think Asher means earlier when we were in
Yeah.
the middle.
oh, when he was only short the 20,
Yeah.
that's
Only
true.
short
And you're
That's
like,
true.
it's only 20. That's fine. And I was gonna
It's
be like,
alright. He's
oh,
close
I'm gonna
enough.
die by 20,
The slim
but I
margins.
lived by 20.
The worst part was he kept critting you, so you'd go down to die in 2 immediately.
Yeah. Oh, you're
And
right. No, because
it
I'm
does.
already dying. Because I already
If you were wounded, it
died
resets.
once, so I would have gone to 3 if it was a crit.
It resets.
When does it
You-
reset?
The reset, I believe, is overnight, or actually, no, strike that. The wounded
It's
condition
if you
is
were
what
at
sets
full
it
health.
higher. And then once you've been recovered to full health, and some other things will also remove the wounded condition as well.
But
Okay.
Oh, I think
no matter
just
how
being-
many,
Why? I
Just
would've-
treat wounds itself will also just remove it if it's a success.
Right.
but also no matter how many dyings you get, you only get 1 wounded when you convert them back. So you would only be
No,
wounded 1.
no, you
because you've only
increase
been
your
dropped
wounded by
time.
1.
That's not correct.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
It doesn't. There are other ways to increase your wounding, though.
Asher got knocked down once,
Mhm.
became dying 2, got healed, so he would be wounded 1.
Oh, yes. And then if he got knocked down again and came back, he'd be wounded 2.
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
but he
Were
wouldn't be straight to dead.
I mean, he could.
No, but if he got
for other
crit,
reasons.
if you get knocked down with a crit, you're wounded +2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's automatically
Fair.
wounded 3?
Yeah. No,
Or
dying.
2.
You'd have gone to dying 3.
You would have jumped to
Dying
dying
3,
3.
which I think is one step short of dead.
Yeah, so falling to crits is pretty nasty if you already are wounded.
It's rough. It would have been a bad
Yeah.
situation. You could have just straight up died very easily.
Now that I think about it, that's what happened to Gunn, isn't it?
It did.
Yes, you got
Took
think
that
so, yes.
crit. Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to spend some time bandaging up Asher. I know Gunn's going to do some laying on hands.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sit in this empty hall. The flickering flames that sit in all of the sconces on the walls, just providing light. It's silent, dead silent. I guess it wasn't silent as the acid splash or acid rain was dropping little bits everywhere.
It was
eventually
wrap it up a
fades.
bit eventually.
Yeah, you just heard the sizzling in the background. But yeah, you guys can take your time to cure wounds and talk amongst yourselves if you wish.
Keep my voice down because it's gonna echo in such a big room, and don't want it to necessarily attract attention from further on yet. But yeah, I'll do at least one lay on hands to Asher while Greshy does treat wounds.
I'll do a master level treat wounds.
Okay.
30, assuming that rolls. 40 with my +1.
Okay, that will do the 48 plus
Like-
30.
Angrily bandaging.
Actually, that's exactly how Greshy feels right now. He's rather pissed at that statue. Has to have to be fixing up Asher again. It's not Asher's
Right,
fault,
yes, look
but
on
it's
his face.
annoying nonetheless.
Oh, oof! At the 48, getting
Oh,
6 on 48.
That's why I've started trying to make sure I at least go for the master. That it's worth the 30 hit point base.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 36 hit points to everybody. As you guys spend 10 minutes
everybody.
reflecting.
Everybody. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How much this hurts. Ow.
So guns flying would wear off.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
during-
And
That's
so
the
would
minutes we take.
so would heroism and everything else that I used.
Okay.
You can always still touch me if you need to be healed. That doesn't wear off right away. You don't need it right now though if you don't want to. But go ahead. Is Asher actually trying to
Yeah.
get healing, or is he just touching?
I'll have a nice touch of Greshy in a nice, friendly friendship fashion.
All right.
Get something.
Then you get what? 4d10.
Okay. Asher
See how
reaches
bad
out
it
to
is.
touch Greshy's radiant robes, and you can feel the primal healing energy close up some of your wounds. 26 points of healing.
All right.
Yeah.
We're now down to d8s, but that's fine. But as long as you're feeling a bit better.
Feeling a whole 89 HP.
Did Gunn? Did
Did
you lay on
Did
hands?
you
as
add
well?
the 42
Oh,
to that?
I did not. I'm a whole 131.
Gun pats you
Hey.
on the back and you feel even more better. 131, about
This
half
is
your
much
HP.
better.
We can do another 10 minutes, I think.
Greshy goes wandering off towards the statue.
He's going to
Hi.
take a look at the statue. He's curious. It's some sort of construct, but
Yeah.
wonder about the mechanisms involved.
The statue is clearly made of some kind of really intense looking metal. The craftsmanship is very fine. The seams, which had been invisible before, are now very apparent now that the magic of the golem has faded. And you can see all the runes all over its body that clearly held some magical powers within it, and created its anti-magic field. Around the torso of the archer is the only piece of non-metal on its body, which is this cloth quiver.
Is it?
And in the quiver are these rather large iron arrows.
Oh, right. I keep thinking this is person size. This is not person size. This is giant size.
It's a bit.
I would like to detect
bigger than a
magic on
normal.
these iron arrows.
Okay, it's a bigger than a normal person. The whole statue itself was quite large. The person was maybe like 1.5 times a normal person size or something. So somewhere in between a person and a giant. But they are thick arrows that are in it. But the quiver itself looks relatively human sized. They're just kind of stuffed in there.
Okay, well, can I remove
yes,
the
you
quiver reasonably?
Yeah, with the torso kind of in pieces, it's pretty easy to go in and pull the quiver off. The arrows are actually the heaviest part of it. You end up having to kind of dump the arrows out one by one, and then you can actually lift the quiver on its own. The quiver itself seems to be made of some light cloth material. And when you detect magic on it, it does in fact seem to be magical and treated with evocation.
Evocation magic. And in that vein, do the actual arrows have any magical effect on them or not?
You reach down and pick up
The
one of
large.
these heavy arrows, and like you have to use 2 hands to kind of lift it up safely. And you detect magic on that, and no, the arrows themselves don't seem to be magical in any way. They're just big hunks of iron. They barely seem like they should be able to fly.
I'm going to bring this over to Asher. I think he deserves a consolation prize for the kind of shite he's put up with.
What, the arrow or the quiver?
Oh, the quiver.
Oh, thank you for the
You know what,
giant
actually,
arrow.
I will drag one of each. I will drag the
Oh,
quiver and one
boy.
over, like, slung over one arm, and then just, like, dragging one of the arrows along the ground behind me on the other side.
Okay, so this is scraping sound on the ground as Greshy walks back
It's
with the-
very loud. It's echoing throughout here, as Gunn has mentioned, as he was trying to be quiet over there, and suddenly...
My goodness, Greshy.
Okay, yeah, you waddle your way back.
I don't know if these are good for anything, but perhaps I'm not sure what is going to be good for Wrath here, but here's a thing. And also, Asher, I haven't gotten a chance to look at this more in depth. Maybe Gunn can take a look at it, but it seems magical.
Ooh.
You could wear it as a replacement for the sadly broken
Bag.
bag you had.
Oh dear, it was a gift that didn't last very long.
But you can sling this one over your shoulder as well. It's kind of big. I don't know if it'd go around your belt.
Yeah, I'll sling it. I guess we can try and figure it out. I'm not great at figuring this out, so I'm sure Gunn will have a better time.
Would you mind taking a look?
Take a look.
Oh,
Sure.
thanks.
Give me a moment. I'm reloading again. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, just be a any sort of
Religion.
magical roll. One of the 4 magics. So religion, presumably, in your case.
Ooh.
38 total.
38. Okay. That is a success, but not a critical success. Looking the quiver over, and using your knowledge of what you saw in the fight, you're able to kind of figure out that, or surmise that this quiver turns normal arrows into magical arrows that, when fired, become one of fire, electricity, or cold. It changes the base damage type from piercing to one of those 3 types, in addition to whatever runes would be on the arrow itself. On the bow itself, and it seems like you can either just grab a random one, in which case it'll just roll a random one each time, or you can pick one of the three. You're not sure if there are any properties other than that, though. But it's an envision free action when you draw an arrow from the quiver.
Nice. Yeah. Let's hand that over. Hand that back over.
Fun.
And is it going to fit Asher with normal sized arrows?
Yeah, it was a little undersized for the statue, and in fact, the strap that goes around your chest can be it's like it was very loose. You can just tighten it so that it fits more snugly.
Nice.
Well, shall we try to restore ourselves a little bit further, or should we go on right away? I mean, I think as long as no one's coming out here.
A restoration, just in case. 'Cause there could be nothing back there, or there could be things that will harm.
If we're in the Wrathwing, I imagine there's going to be a lot of things to harm you, Asher, so
Yes, there may be harm.
we'll spend
So-
some more time trying to make Asher feel better.
Okay.
To feel better about myself
Just in general.
and my wounds.
So we will take another 10 minutes then to bandage ourselves up. So we'll wait until you give me the go-ahead since you're rolling dice.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go for it.
Okay then. We are doing Master. Well, it's only a
again.
34.
Okay, so 2d8 plus 30.
45, still better than last time.
45. Even better than the crit.
But as long as Asher's feeling a bit better now. And actually the rest of us should be too, since that does go for everybody.
Yes, that should go to everybody. So while you guys are being bandaged up, Asher, you have this...
And 42 for Asher as well.
Oh, another 42 from Lay on Hands? Okay.
Oh.
42, Asher.
Okay.
Should be at basically full.
That it's full plus 1, which is just full.
Nice.
So while you guys are having your healing session, Asher, you have this, like, weird feeling like you're being watched. But you look around and you don't see anything. You don't feel anything, you don't hear anything, you just hear the flames. It's just a ranger's gut feeling. Like something's looking at you.
I am surprised they haven't come out here. They should know that. I mean, they
We
should have
can't hear
heard
you if you're
the
talking.
fight, if nothing else.
I
Really?
Char.
can't hear Asher, sorry. There we go, I can hear you
Let
now.
me check my settings.
Yeah, I don't know what it's doing, but it seems to be like...
I
Cutting you
see.
off.
Yeah, it's on the high suppressed background sound. So it
okay.
doesn't like me talking.
Well, now that that's out the way, we could probably go back to our regular mode of investigation and proceed with caution.
We do have a minor situation we have to resolve. Very minor, though. We have to get up on the platform. But Asher can turn into a bird. I just don't know if we want to waste how much resources we want to waste on this.
The party's
Climb it.
eyes go towards that massive platform.
It's about 30 feet up, yeah.
So it'd be better if we can climb and not waste any resources, but I know we can, well, actually,
Oh, we have plenty of rope.
that'd probably be
I
best,
can try
wouldn't it?
climbing it and then bring everyone up.
Do you have any way to climb, Asher? Something convenient? If not, that's fine. I'm just wondering.
I have my arms,
Those are pretty good.
my legs.
Those are usually pretty important, in fact, for climbing. Unless you have a tail, I suppose. You don't have a tail that you've been hiding from us, do you, Asher?
No, I don't know
I've
if that
sort
would
of seen you
help me
naked, so
climb.
I'd be surprised where you'd be hiding it.
It would be a very small tail, I think.
It'd be if you were hiding it from me somehow.
little tiny.
Wouldn't be doing much good for climbing if it was a small tail. Regardless, yeah, I've gone then.
Asher,
if you
this whole
feel
time,
like
he
going for a
like
climb,
unfurls his tail that's been around his belt this whole time,
Yeah.
like DBZ.
It's been here the whole
Nobody
time.
noticed.
prehensile tail.
So I'll walk up to the platform and take a look at the statue as I go past. That statue didn't seem particularly wrathful or kind, like it would. Parts of that wouldn't be magical enough to use as a totem. I'm thinking of the way it was the mirrors in the other place, but no, that
Well, that's why I grabbed the giant arrow, just in case that was, hand delivering wrath to us.
Yeah.
Fiery, icy, electric flat wrath.
Yeah, the arrow itself is a good 2 bulk. It's very, very weighty.
Taking that with me. It can stay here.
I'll move over to the base of the platform here and see if I can hand climb.
Yeah, it's made of stone, and fairly smooth, but you feel like it's possible, certainly.
Give it a
So-
go.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check to climb.
35.
Let's see this. Uh, 35 is a success, so you climb. On a success, what's your movement speed?
30.
30? Okay. You move 5 per 20 feet of land speed on a success.
5?
So that's just 5, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you get a good 5 feet up. Roll again.
So 39 this time.
39. You're climbing up more safely. Pretty good at this. You're speeding up a little bit, but still just 5 feet, so you're up 10. Again.
Hmm. This thing is tricky. 44.
Okay, you've finally got the hang of it, and that is a critical success. So you get 5 feet plus 5 feet per 20, so a total of 10. So you're up 20 feet now.
Means I'm getting close-ish to the top.
Yeah, you're
It was
within
30 or
15 feet of it.
35.
30 or 35.
Yeah, we'll say it's
Okay.
35.
39 again.
Okay, so you're now at 25 feet. Getting
Okay.
close to the top.
And 43.
That gets you the rest of the way up. You reach the
Nice.
edge and then use your reaction to pull yourself up onto the ledge. And once you're up
Okay.
here, you can... you could have seen back here before, I just didn't. Once you're up here, you can see how far
It's like
the platform goes. There's a large hallway that leads back into what seems to be a larger chamber. And from your position, you can spot what appears to be a large blue circle of runes on the ground on one side of this chamber to your left, and perhaps another circle of runes on the right side of the upcoming chamber. This one glowing red.
Well, keeping one eye on that hallway to make sure nobody's coming. I'll get a rope out of my bag that I'm carrying
Okay.
and feed it down and look for something to tie it to on this end.
There's not much you can tie it to. There's the platform that the statue is on, but it's really kind of only... It's not even like a foot off the ground, and it's like fairly flush. It's just like a little bit beveled. There aren't any guardrails here.
Does the edge have any kind of like hooks or
Not
Pointy
really,
bits.
no. You could just hold the rope, but
I could.
the
Yeah,
best
and
you can see are
There's
some
nothing
of
to
the
tie it to.
the torches up on the walls. You could wrap it around those, but you're not. They don't look terribly sturdy. They look like they'd probably snap under weight.
What if I hold the end of the rope or tie it around myself and then brace myself against the pillar? So then,
Like I
there's
said, it's pretty flush to the
15
ground,
feet.
but yeah, you could do that to get a little bit of a bonus. Yeah, it would
I
help.
can get my body down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 15 feet across the ground and then 35 straight. Yeah, so it's a 50-foot rope, so it should be able to reach the ground still.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you supply this rope and try to brace yourself in a awkward position low on the ground against this pillar and call for someone to climb up. Oh, I presume you do.
I'll just lower the rope down and not. I'm not going to say anything. I'm looking back behind me too.
Oh, I see. Sure.
Make sure we don't get.
Okay.
Trying to be
Greshy,
quiet
wait a
about
while.
this.
You see the.
Because I didn't make enough
you see
noise
the rope.
before. All right. Well, that's good. Asher, do you want to try climbing up?
I was actually, I know this room is gigantic, so it probably won't do anything to kind of look around, since I feel like I'm being watched, but I'm not sure if it seems like there's a place people could watch you from in this giant room.
Give me a perception check.
Let's proceed. Maybe a 37.
37. Okay. You glance around the room, looking around all the corners. You don't see anything. You look kind of straight up, and you get the slightest shimmer of, like, light being, like, slightly, you just get, like, a slight shimmer of light. Up above, like there's something spherical above you. But your eyes focus and there's nothing there.
Oh,
When I say spherical, I mean small, like maybe golf ball sized, up on the ceiling.
can I still see it, or there's nothing? There's still nothing there.
No, when you focus your eyes, it doesn't appear to be anything there. You look at it for quite a while, scan around where you thought you saw it. Nothing. Doesn't look like there's anything there.
And how high is the ceiling? 60 feet?
Yeah, about 60 feet.
Can I shoot an arrow up there?
Sure,
Just
yeah.
nothing on it. Just pew.
You
Everything
go
all
and
right
do an
back
attack
there,
roll to
Asher?
See if you hit.
Yeah. Let's shoot up at the ceiling for a 45.
Okay, and I'll roll concealment in case it's concealed. Okay. You fire an arrow straight up in the spot that you thought you saw this thing in. It lands exactly in the spot, pierces through the ceiling a bit. Little bits of rock crumble down on top of your head, but doesn't seem to have hit anything. It just nothing, no reaction, no weird magical sparks, nothing.
Very strange. Greshy, I just thought I saw something, but it must have been the wind.
You saw the wind?
I saw
Or you
the
thought you saw the wind?
I heard it. It was in my ears, and I looked up, and the rustling, and I thought I saw something, but I guess
And so you shot an arrow at the wind?
yeah,
Did you at least break the wind?
it wasn't actually the wind. I wasn't breaking wind anywhere in this room.
All right, well, if you want to go up first,
Oh, okay.
you'll have a better chance of that. It'll take me a while, so.
All right. Woo.
Give me your athletics check to climb then.
I'm just gonna. I have
Okay.
assurance athletics.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm probably just
Excellent.
going to do that for
Okay.
ease of everything.
What's your total then?
Every
always
time I
forget.
do this, it's 10 plus your proficiency modifier.
Yeah. So
What
basically,
is the proficiency? It's 3?
it's whatever your athletics score is, but then subtract out your skill. So subtract your dex, or sorry, subtract your strength mod from it.
Oh, so sorry. So I have an athletics 21. I would subtract 3 from that.
If you
Yeah,
have strength
you're-
3, yes.
Yeah, if your strength
Okay.
mod is 3, you just subtract the 3 from that. So that'd be 18,
So it's 18
plus
plus
the 10.
10.
So 28.
Yeah,
So
for
28.
28. Okay.
Okay. You try to use your kind of basic skill at climbing. Oh, and actually, with the help of the rope, that's actually enough. Because that will put you right at 30 with Gunn bracing himself. You are able to climb up. Takes you a few actions, but
You did it.
each action you just very safely climb up the rope and you can see Gunn there. You can see that hallway behind him, the glowing lights.
Weird. Alright. Greshy's turn, I guess.
Oh boy, I'm going to shrink Phelan down to start with. So that I can put him into my pouch pocket. And then I'm going to do the smart thing and not try climbing this rope at all, and I'm just going to cast Storm and Flight.
Ooh.
And I'm just going to pop myself up and over.
Okay, yeah, you pop yourself up and over. After looking
That
at it for a bit,
It was a better
while you
choice.
watched Asher climb, you saw Asher's like rippling arm muscles, and decided that
But my
was not
cheating.
I no, that was definitely not going to work out well. So this is better. I'll put Phelan down and bring him back to normal size, and we'll just continue on normal.
Okay, you pop Phelan out, return to a normal size. Okay. So there you
Renewable
are.
resource. It was worth it.
I just realized that we could have probably had Rock carry people up as well. Like claws.
True, but you had to bring him out in that case, and I don't know if you want to do that until you're ready.
Yeah.
But good thinking, just in case. For next time.
If we did, we'd probably end up leaving him in this room, so this way he can come with us.
Speaking of in this room, what are these runes?
Good question.
I want to call them runes. I don't think they're runes. They look like circles of.
Get my
You guys can see these circles up ahead, just glowing.
I'm going to get my
Something.
shield back out
Okay.
and defensively approach.
Okay. Seems like the group is slowly
By
approaching.
the way,
Go ahead.
Asher, what was that back there that you were? Do you know what you think you saw?
Saw something shiny on the ceiling. And I felt like we were being watched, but I don't know. I shot in there. It didn't hit anything. And I didn't see anything after that.
Could it have been the thing that we used earlier to spy on the on Lucretia? The spell was called. Yeah.
Can you see the eye yourself if you like looked around?
I mean, I don't recall seeing myself when I was looking, but maybe some of the people can. Maybe it depends on the spell.
Could it-
Scrying on me.
Yeah, could have been a scry.
Perhaps. I don't know how visible that usually is. I wasn't. At least nobody seemed to notice me when I was looking around.
That would require somebody to know your identity as well.
I'm making up a fake name from now on.
Okay, so here we are at the entrance to that room.
Should we call you Basher?
Hmm.
That's way too close, Greshy.
Do you suppose
Look, I'm not good at this.
is this the portal we're looking for?
So you reach this room. It's a large square room. I guess, what is this, about 55 feet per side, 55, 60 feet per side. And up ahead of you are just two massive circles on the ground. One is blue, one is red. They are both glowing brightly. The flames that flicker in the halls don't continue too far into this room. It's the light of the two circles that fill this room with light, basically.
What was it that Vraxaris said they had made here?
Portals?
No, he had some certain
name.
phrasing about it. Like a
He said that they'd made a... let's see, he was looking for a way out. And then he said that...
I'm not sure, but I don't.
Anyone want to use?
I'd like to try and figure out what I can about these circles. Figure out if these are teleportation or
It's an in and out.
more
door.
summoning circles, like we found in the what's it called? The skull crossing. The dam.
Okay. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, was
A
there
Mather circle. That's what he called it. It's certainly a circle. It's
There's
half
two of them though.
it's ha- Does that name ring any bells for me or for you?
You could try and recall knowledge. Probably recall knowledge arcana.
Well, if you want to do that, I'm focusing on the circles we're seeing in front of us. See if I can decipher what their purpose might be.
Okay. If you're
Actually
close enough to
trained
do
in
detect
Arcana.
magic, you can detect magic. Otherwise,
That's not going to work very well.
Let me double check on range on that.
Gunn with a
Bet
22.
it's 30.
You think Mather was probably a typo on his part, or it was in the part of his notes that was very erratic.
Ah,
He probably meant to say master circle. Which your guess is that it's some kind of teleportation circle, yeah. Or like that a master circle must be some kind of teleportation circle just by context clues.
okay.
Sorry, yeah, Greshy, what's the range on detect magic?
It's a 30-foot emanation, so I would actually need to get closer. So
You're all
we'll
kind of
move a bit
cautiously
closer
standing
into the room and I'll... Screw it. Right there.
Last time I stepped in, an arrow got shot into my face.
And that puts me close enough to do that and to do that. So we'll ping it twice and get both
Okay.
circles and see what we can read.
So you have Phelan kind of march steadfastly into a good 10, 15 feet into the room, standing in between the two circles, and cast detect magic towards both. They both seem to give off a strong conjuration aura. Let's see.
Conjuration. Well, that could be teleportation. So
We're in the school of the effect.
conjuration here, though.
When the source at the highest level. The red circle is giving off a much lighter, or like a much weaker aura than the blue circle. The blue circle is giving off a much stronger aura. If you wanted to try and determine how they work, you could do an Arcana check to study the runes around the
Yes.
outside edges.
Can I aid that, or I'm trained, and plus improvisation?
If you wanted to aid, I would have to say that's probably perception or some other skill. I would allow perception or Arcana to aid. If you would like to attempt
Perception's
to.
actually higher, so I can go with that. Do an aid. Get a 26.
Okay, and that is a success. So, Gunn, you'll all need to like come into the room a little bit more to actually like see the room.
Yeah, I'll follow Greshy.
Okay, so that is a.
I have a
+1.
32 with my pluses from being wrathful, I suppose.
Okay, and a plus.
And
I'm
then
angry at circles.
34 from me with the aid.
Oh right, you're okay. Yeah, you're an expert, so that is a okay. Yes, that is a success. In this case, so these to you, Greshy, look like they are definitely a form of short range teleportation circle. The blue one appears to be an entrance circle, and the red one appears to be an exit circle.
God, I was right.
They're made.
I'm never right.
They seem to be made in pairs. This type of circle. So an entrance circle would take you to an exit circle, and you can't go backwards. So
These
that
are
red
just
circle
silly.
Given
leads
Pokemon
from
names.
Make a
somewhere, and the
teleport
blue
that
circle
moves you
leads to
50
somewhere.
15 feet. It just
Not
teleports you
silly if
over
you
here.
don't have a hallway.
No, I mean it just teleports you from here to there.
Would that be it? As the whole
Yeah.
chamber, it's just the 2 rooms. They're very angry because this is all they got. They got nothing else.
We could always step on it. See if
Yeah,
there's
you've-
one of us shows up over
I was going to actually
You've-
double check. Is there any special activation for it, or is it just active? We just step on it and we're good.
This seems to be a simpler version of teleportation circle that goes short distances. Usually the way you presume this works based on your reading of the runes here is that you stand on it, and then at the end of the round everyone on it gets teleported at once. It takes a moment to warm up.
Oh, sure. So it powers up a bit for a few seconds and then we go. All right. Well, I suppose everybody on the pad. Let's see what happens.
I guess that would explain why nobody heard us. 'Cause there's nobody here. They're all waiting on the other side of this.
You coming, Gunn?
Unless they're all also dead.
Okay, you all
You don't happen to have any energy resistant community, like a group?
Not
spells
today.
you wanna recount? Okay, then, yep, that's it.
Okay. Well, the group of you then make your way onto the circle, and as soon as the first person steps on, which I guess is probably Phelan in this case, the circle starts to glow even brighter, filling the entire room with this strong blue light, even overshadowing the red light from the other circle. As the light begins to glow brighter, Gunn quickly steps on, as does Asher. And the group of you are fully enveloped in this light as it creates a full cone from the floor to the ceiling. And you feel your vision goes completely blue, and you lose sight of everything. But a moment later, your eyes adjust to your new surroundings. This isn't gonna work. Let's see. As
We're
you
actually gonna get
appear
to see
in a dimly lit room, the floor in this chamber seems to be
fully-
made of some kind of wood or bamboo. The lights in a hallway flicker up ahead, and you can see what appears to be simple wooden
Oh, no.
training dummies or targets. In some kind of large, maybe dojo-y space. You hear the sounds of combat as metal hits dull cloth and wood over and over again. And who's actually towards the top? Greshy. You actually catch sight of an armor-clad sin spawn, one of those weird grayish creatures, very humanoid that you first saw underneath the that popped out of the first rune well that you guys found. Its weird split mouth, just kind of drooling slime onto the ground. Its bright red armor shining in the flickering flames as it uses its massive battle axe to hack at this training dummy. You spot another one, and you can hear more sounds of. It sounds like there's maybe even more creatures in that room, but I think that is where we are going to call it for the evening.
Oh man, I figured it would be on the fade to blue.
I thought about it, and then I wanted to just reveal, so give you
A
something.
little preview, a little teaser for what we get to deal with next time.
All right, that is the episode for tonight. I hope you all had fun. Join us, not next week, but the week after, I think. Is that correct? I think that's.
I believe that's correct.
Yeah.
All right. 2 weeks time, November 1st. Be there or be wrathed. I don't know. As usual, you can find us on all the typical socials: Twitter at Third Action Show, YouTube.com/ThirdAction, Twitch.tv/ThirdAction on Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. And you can join our Discord, which is in the chat or in the description below. Whether you're looking at whatever platform you're on, I don't know. That's it. The team chose the blue pill. Let's all go to sleep. Good night.